What's up, y'all? Happy Sunday. Most of you know a lot of my story, but one part of what happened to me or what I experienced I've been wrestling with is the night that I flatlined on the way to the hospital. So in essence, I died, right? The time that it took for me to be brought back to life, probably in real time, was probably seconds. But I always wondered, like, what was the time between when I flatlined and when I was brought back? Like, how much time was that in another dimension? Like, did I have a conversation with God about, the position that I was in? And, I'm a firm believer in God and something much more powerful than I could ever be. So I've been wrestling with that for a couple of years, and I actually took the time to write down what I thought how that conversation might have gone, but I can only get to a certain point. And so I called my auntie, which many of you have seen me or heard me reference or post videos about, Dr. Caroline Fuqua. She's like a spiritual, guru, for lack of better words, even though she would never call herself that. But she has a very incredible understanding of metaphysical things, multidimensional things. She studies all religions, and, I was like, who better to go to than to her to channel the answers that I may come up with to ask God about why I'm still here. Because it's been weighing on me. So what I wrote down in my imagination is I flatline and I show up in front of God, and God says, "What are you doing here?" Okay? And I say, "Are you serious?" I always assumed God had jokes, but isn't it kind of obvious? And God says, "Of course, I know, but I want to hear it from you." So I say, I'm tired. I'm tired of this life. I'm tired of dealing with my heart. I'm tired of having heart attacks, heart surgeries. I'm tired of not living the life I thought I was destined for. My father died of a heart attack, and I vowed that if it ever happened to me, I wouldn't quit like he did. I would do everything possible to fight to live. And I did that. And look where it left me, passed out on the floor from another heart attack. I'm tired. Nobody can say I didn't put up a good fight. But even I can only do so much. I'm here to see life after death. God says, "Would you like to know why you're here?" And I say, yeah. That's where I get stuck. I'm like, okay, so what's the answer to that? So I explained that to my auntie, Dr. Fuqua, and she was able to shed some light, some serious light for me on the answers to that. So what she said in response, and I'm gonna actually play the conversation because I recorded it. When I said, yeah, I want to know from God why I'm still here. So she assumed the role, right? And she goes, well, you're still fighting and you're still winning. Okay. At that point, I was like, wait, let me record this because I'm not going to remember. So here's what she said. Okay. So
start from you're still winning and tell me what you would say.
You're still winning. I would say, how?
No, you don't get to do that. As a clear and perfect channel, which is what you clearly get that you're not going anywhere.
Right.
Now, as an empty channel, I can use you. Now not, you don't get to say how. You only get to say how I was used as you look back. And then my nephew, I had a baby. I've always wanted a baby. I got, he needed a father, and I wanted a son. When you look back, you say what happened, not what's gonna happen. What did happen? You're still winning. I know I am. I and this happened. And that happened. And that happened. It's not what's gonna happen. It's what's happening as you look back. Every step makes sense, but you don't get the next page. The next page is not written yet.
Right.
Okay. You only know what the book is by looking at what's already written, because tomorrow's page is not written yet. So you don't get to ask, why am I here? You look back and you say, oh, man, I can see why I'm here. Because this happened, and this happened, and this happened.
Okay.
You can't do it the other way. You don't get, there's only the present. And your present thoughts lead to tomorrow. So you don't get, you're creating your tomorrow with your present. But now I'm telling you, as God, I'm telling you, you're still winning. Now you have to tell me how that looks. Looking back.
Okay. Looking hard. So there's no.
No.
This is what I would want you to do.
No. See, the only thing I want you to do is be available for me to move through you. That's the only thing I want from you. Is to be able to move. If I want you to have a baby, you want the baby. If I want you to have that job, if your responsibility is to say yes to what's put in front of you, not to wonder, because everything you do today determines what's next. So you don't get a what's next. You create a what's next.
Gotcha.
You really do create your own reality by your today. Your today is a seed for tomorrow. So when the crop starts growing, you know what the seed was.
Yeah. Now that makes sense.
That's the only thing that makes sense at the end of the day.
I was thinking, like I said, just...
You were thinking that there's a forward plan, but there isn't. You literally create your own reality. All that's wanted from you is to be a channel. And that means to say yes to everything that comes in front of you, because that's what I want you to do, is what's next. So how willing are you to follow what I'm putting in front of you? But I don't know what I'm going to put in front of you till I see how you respond to what I already put in front of you.
Gotcha.
You said yes. So far, you said yes to everything that was put in front of you. Let's just say you said yes to doing that job, and then you felt the blood clot, and you stopped. That's all you're supposed to do, is stay present and follow the signs. I'll walk you into, when I get that you're an obedient servant, I will walk you into a life that's greater than the one you would come up with on your own.
Okay.
But it can't be, and there's no future in this game. There's only now. What are you doing today? What have you said yes to today? Based on that, the next thing will be shown, and then the next thing will be shown. You keep your vibration high, you keep your walk steady, you keep your yes present, and you will look back and say, oh my God. And then that happened, and then that happened, and then that happened. But it will all only be revealed as you look back. Your only responsibility is to choose to be a clear channel.
And at whatever that is, and it does. So it's not necessary.
We don't have any idea what that's going to be, because it depends on how clear you are. So what it's going to be is going to depend on you.
So you wouldn't say anyone is given an assignment?
No, I would not. The only assignments you're given is to say yes to whatever I put in front of you. That's your assignment. And depending on how eagerly you say yes, the assignment gets bigger.
Okay.
So far, you've said yes to everything that was put in front of you. That's your only responsibility.
So I mean, obviously, when you said that, when I said I wasn't going to go out that way, and I vowed to keep fighting.
That's right. And then you got tested.
Right.
And you won.
Now, at what point I would have to change something, because do I ever get to stop fighting?
Yeah, you won. That's what. Yeah, you can stop fighting right now. You've already made your vow, so you already said, "I'm not going to go out that way." So that's done. No, you're not. That's finished. Now you are able to take your orders and execute them, and you will know what they are because it'll be what comes in front of you.
Gotcha.
You don't have to do anything. You don't have to plan, scheme, choose. You don't have to do anything but say yes to what's in front of you. Once you said, what would you have me do? Where would you have me go? What would you have me say and to whom? After you say that and mean it, that's the only assignment you have. What would you have me say? Where would you have me go? What would you have me... No, I'm sorry. What would you have me do? Where would you have me go? What would you have me say and to whom? That's it. And now you say that and mean that. That's it. What would you have me do? Where would you have me go? What would you have me say and to whom? Period.
Gotcha.
That's it. That's it.
You need to start a podcast.
Huh?
I said you need to do a podcast.
That's pretty much it, man. So the clarity that I got was that there is no plan. There is no assignment. You know what I mean? Like me, I can only speak for myself. I've always wondered, like, what am I supposed to be doing? What am I supposed to be doing? Like, give me a sign, give me a clue. Like, can you just hit me over the head, God, and tell me what direction am I supposed to be going in? Like, am I supposed to just walk the earth like came from Kung Fu, solving people's problems and bringing joy and cheer to everybody? Like, just, if, I want to act, I want to create, I want to do so many things. And I'm like, I'll give all that up if you just tell me what you want me to do. And I've never gotten that thing. So I just kind of accepted that my life was about my heart. And, the fact that my dad died of a heart attack and my grandmother died of a heart attack, and it was told to me at a young age that I would potentially have heart problems and high cholesterol. And so my thought was, well, if I saw the way he handled it, right? He smoked, drank, didn't exercise, didn't care enough to do it. At least from what I saw. I wasn't inside my dad's head. I can only observe, right? And I made a vow that if it ever happened to me, like if I ever have to cross that bridge, like I'm not going out like that. I'm gonna do whatever that I have to do to try to extend my life. He had an option to have surgery and he wouldn't do it. And so, consciously and unconsciously, working out, playing sports, eating healthy-ish. You know what I mean? I wasn't like I was eating, raw fruits and vegetables every day from the time I was a teenager, but I never abused my body, consciously, aware of what could happen down the road. And I never asked why me when I had that first heart attack. I asked why now? Because I knew it could happen. I mean, I always thought it could. So I was just like, why now? I was the strongest I'd ever been. you know, I was still playing, I was playing basketball when it happened. So initially it was, you know, I'm ready for this. And then when I had, you know, the first surgery and it failed, and then I had to have the second surgery, that's when I noticed a shift in my attitude. Like I wasn't ready to quit, but I was really aware of, man, like I can't physically overcome this. Like I'm just gonna have to accept that this is my life. And that's when I thought about suicide. You know, I never really committed to really thinking about it as far as executing it, but I understood why people do it, because I was like, if this is gonna be my life, I'd rather be dead. And so pushing past that, you know, I accepted that I would never be 100%, that my heart would be what it was, and I would just live. Like, so I really stopped trying to do the things that I really love to do. Like I still was working, you know, I was still able to book jobs and take care of myself, but I wasn't really thinking about creating. And, you know, I was doing so much stuff on YouTube and videos, and, you know, I was trying to be the male version of Oprah. Like I just wanted to speak to thousands and thousands of people and just help so many people and travel all, you know what I mean? I just had all these grandiose ideas of what I was gonna do. And it felt like my heart was like, nah, bro, you ain't doing none of that. So when I had that last heart attack, and in my mind, I was like, okay, I'm good. I fought the good fight. I battled. Like nobody can say that I didn't try. And so I was ready to go to sleep. It didn't hurt. And when I ended up in the hospital, I was not aware that I had flatlined on the way to the hospital, right? I don't know how many times they had to hit me to bring me back. You know, I've been paddled before, and I was told that this is while I was in the hospital. It was for a different procedure, but it took them like 3 times for my heart to get back in sync. So when the dude told me I flatlined, I didn't even ask any questions. I just was like, wow, I died. Okay. Like now there's another conversation that needs to be had. Like, why am I still here? I was ready to go. So I don't, you know, they could have paddled me 3 times for that matter. I'm just glad however many times they kept trying till I came back. And so in that moment, I was like, okay, I got to know why I'm still here. And for my auntie to explain it, she said, basically, you made a vow. You vowed that you would never stop fighting, that you would fight till the end. And what you thought was the end wasn't. So God sent you back. You weren't done. He made you remain true to your vow. And you got tested again. And in order for you to continue to be here, you needed a new heart. So, and you know, it wasn't like, all right, yeah, thank you, and I'm good. You know what I mean? It was, that battle was rough. You know, there were moments in there where I really felt like I couldn't do this. I was ready to give up. But deep down inside, I knew I wasn't, you know what I mean? But I just was broken. I was weak. So to be sitting here in front of you guys today, and people see me and are shocked when I tell them that I had a heart transplant because I don't look like it. And that was the goal during my rehab. Like, let's get back to a point where you don't even look like you had one. But all that being said, there is no assignment, you know, which was is a load off of me, because it's really whatever we decide to do or I decide to do, it's the next thing. So I know my little baby nephew being here is a next thing. You know, I've always wanted a child, and clearly he needs a father. So I'm up for it. You know what I mean? I'm saying yes. Our job is to say yes. And now, you know, and follow the signs. I mean, she said it. She said that, you know, we can only look backwards and see and read the pages of our lives up until this point. We can't cheat and look forward. We can't fast forward our lives. We can imagine, and we can plant seeds and nourish those seeds and see what comes out of those seeds, and whatever comes out, we just deal with that. But we can't foresee 5-10 years from now. We can only think those thoughts and plant those seeds. So it's really an open book, man, from you
for me, for anybody, like wherever we are, whatever position that we're in, we can always make a different choice and get different results, man. So I had to share that. I hope it encourages you as much as it encourages me. It takes a lot of pressure off because I'm really like every day going, what am I supposed to be doing? Why am I still here? Like, am I living on borrowed time? You know what I mean? I definitely feel like I'm living on grace, you know what I mean, to have this opportunity to still be here. But there is no assignment other than to just be an example, to be a channel for what's possible, to say yes to the things that I say that I want to do and when they're presented in front of me. But other than that, man, hey, happy Sunday, and I hope y'all have a great day, a great week, and make whatever choices, go after whatever you desire, and just deal with the consequences from there. All right? Peace.